Today we'll be discussing business customs and etiquette of Puerto Ricans. When a man greets a man, a firm handshake is exchanged, direct eye contact is maintained, and handshakes may last longer than in the United States sometimes. So I don't know what you would be doing for that one. Good friends and or family members will always exchange firm hugs and often a few slaps on the back. When a woman greets a woman, like the men, women too will share a handshake, and friends and more close relations will share a kiss on the cheek. In the United States, hugs are about as far as we go. When a man greets a woman, the man buys a woman a beer. No. It depends ultimately on how the situation is handled. At first meeting, like I said, a handshake is exchanged. After the first meeting, a light kiss on the cheek will take place. The communication style that Puerto Ricans will have, they often speak and communicate in a loud manner and also talk very fast. They're also very animated people and use their hands when communicating, like Daniel here. Puerto Rico is a lot like the United States, as in they are exactly like us. They tend to stand closer together when communicating, usually about 1 or 2 feet away from each other. Like in the United States, they value direct eye contact, and indirect eye contact is taken as passive. They are often very late, like a lot of Americans I know, and it is considered normal for them to arrive late at business meetings or social meetings. They often place more emphasis on relationship building and not so much the agenda and task at hand. They don't have a schedule. They don't follow a schedule. Gestures and gender issues, many of them will call each other by extending an arm and making a scratching motion like this. You'd be surprised by some of the ways people do it out where I'm from in Wayne. Puckering their lips in a certain direction is how they point to things sometimes. When they wrinkle their nose or grimace, they probably didn't understand something you said. Puerto Ricans value equality in work opportunities, although women's positions are varied and sometimes earnings may be a little lower. Household income is usually coming in from both directions, the man or the woman or whatever it may be. Business dress for the man would be dressing conservative, like in the United States, medium or dark suits with shirts and ties, as I'm dressed here. Depending on the situation or occasion, a guy Barr shirt with slacks would be appropriate. For women, it's sometimes appropriate to wear stylish suits, dresses, or blouses, but try to stay more on the classic side. Wear makeup, please, and high heels are encouraged, although jeans and business casual are accepted in some situations. Titles and business cards in Puerto Rico. When addressing a Puerto Rican, you should use their professional title, Senor or Senorita, accompanied by their last name. Sometimes you can use Mr. and Mrs., like in the United States. It is recommended but not mandatory to hand someone your business card with one side being Spanish, the other side being in English. You should hand it to them with the Spanish side facing up. It is always best to address Puerto Ricans by their professional position or title. Puerto Ricans like a lot of color on their business cards, and Daniel has some that he could pass out if he wants to. During the meeting, after every last late member arrives, there's usually a time allotted for small talk, back to the relationship building part. It is not rare to interrupt somebody when they're speaking, so if any of you all wanted to interrupt me right now, you could. It is important not to mistake their aggressiveness, and it is not important to mistake their animativeness for aggressiveness. So you should avoid also hard selling and confrontation because their value of relationships. Like the U.S., decision making occurs from the top to the bottom. And gift giving, one can always bring a gift. Who hates gifts? Though not common, gifts are always welcome. Nothing too expensive though. Gifts are opened as soon as they are received. Also, like the U.S., if you are invited to a Puerto Rican home, you should bring a bottle of wine. Don't be an a-hole. Flowers or chocolates too.